Hello, fellow classmates and Mrs. Weeking. My name is Chrstian Zylstra, and my favorite poem just so happens to fit in nicely with the time of the year. Easter has just passed, and no doubt many fond new memories were created. And yet, some of the best memories have happened a long time ago. Perhaps not even in our own lives. And I believe that for Christians, this is the case. One of the saddest, yet greatest moments in history for Christians was the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Don't get me wrong, it was sad that humanity was so sinful that God had to send His only Son for our salvation. And yet, it is wonderful because God loved us so much that He sent His only Son for our salvation. And that is why I chose the poem The Sacrifice by George Herbert. Just because it was written by a 17th century clergyman doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to us today. Jesus was, is, and will always be the sacrifice. The gift that God has bestowed upon us, this gift of salvation, will never vanish. And so, I think this poem not only puts things into perspective for us, but it also makes us take a look at the pain and torture that Jesus suffered on the cross, but also the wonderful gifts that God has given us. Those gifts of grace and salvation that allow us to spend eternity with Him, all because of the sacrifice. They gave me vinegar mingled with gall, but more with malice, yet when they did call, with manna, angels' food, I fed them all. Was ever grief like mine? Betwixt two thieves I spend my utmost breath, as he that for some robbery suffereth. Alas, what have I stolen from you? Death? Was ever grief like mine? Now heal thyself, physician. Now come down. Alas, I did so when I left my crown, and Father's smile for you, to feel His frown, was ever grief like mine. In healing not myself, there doth consist all that salvation which ye now resist. Your safety in my sickness doth subsist. Was ever grief like mine? Thank you.